Every GTA player knows that Pegasi represents Lamborghini in real life. There are 30 Pegasi vehicles in the game, but not all of them are based on Lamborghini models. Let's find out which ones are inspired by Lamborghini in GTA Online. In the first spot, we have the Pagani Tempesta. It's a supercar with pretty good performance. It's not the fastest in its class, but it still has a decent top speed and especially good handling. The Tempesta is a good-looking car, and the rear end in particular looks amazing in my opinion. And if you want to buy it, it's available for $1,329,000 on the legendary Motorsport website. And as for the design, the front is heavily inspired by both Lotus Esprit and Elan concept cars. The side profile is a mix between the second-generation Ford GT and the Lamborghini Centenario. The rear diffuser is inspired by the Liberty Walk body kit for the Huracan, and the rear engine lid also inspired by the 2010 Lotus Esprit concept, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Huracan LP 610-4. Next up, we have the Pegasi Infernus. It's a supercar, and one of the fastest OG supercars in the game. This car has a lower top speed, but its excellent handling makes it faster. The Infernus used to be available on the legendary Motorsport website for $440,000, but it's no longer available to purchase. And I think it was a great car to have for such a low price. It's not the best looking car, but we can't complain since it was added to the game over 12 years ago. And design-wise, its rear, including the exhaust pipes and taillights, is inspired by the Pagani Zonda, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Murcielago LP 640. In the next spot, we have the Pegasi Ignas. It's another supercar with excellent handling and top speed. The Ignis is in the top 10 fastest supercars, and I think it's the best handling Pegasi in the game. This car looks incredible, especially the rear with wide tires looks great when you drive it. And if you want to buy it, it's available for $2,765,000 on the legendary Motorsport website. There's also a weaponized version of the Ignis in the expanded and enhanced edition, and it's even better. The weaponized Ignis comes with a built-in missile lock-on jammer and a roof-mounted machine gun. It's also an HSW upgradable car, and with that upgrade, it becomes the fastest supercar in the game. And as for the design, its front splitter is inspired by the Lamborghini Huracan Estio, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Sian FKP 37. Next up, we have the Pegasi Tauros. It's an SUV with great handling and top speed. This used to be the fastest SUV in the game, but it has since been overtaken by SUVs with HSW upgrades and newer models added in the last few DLCs. Despite this, it still holds the 5th spot. It's the only Pegasi vehicle in the SUV class, and if you want to buy it, it's available for $498,000 on the legendary Motorsport website. And I highly recommend you purchasing it because it's totally worth the price. And as for the design, its side profile is inspired by the Toyota CHR, its taillights by the Lamborghini Aventador, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Urus. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Pegasi Vodka. It's a supercar, but performance-wise it's not that good. This car has a lower top speed and poor handling, and even most sports cars can easily beat it. The Vodka has also been removed from the website, and it used to be available for $240,000 on legendary Motorsport. It's not a good-looking car in my opinion, though I guess you might not agree with me. And as for the design, its side vents are inspired by the McLaren MP 412C. The rear is mostly inspired by the Lamborghini Aventador, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Gallardo LP 560-4. In the next spot, we have the Pegasi Zentorno. It's a supercar that was added to the game in one of the earliest DLCs. But Rockstar introduced a bunch of great new customizations for it a few years ago. Performance-wise, this car sits in the middle of the superclass, but it has decent top speed and handling for such a low price. If you want to buy it, it's available for $725,000 on the legendary Motorsport website. It's also available in story mode, and I think it's the most aggressive-looking car in single player. And as for its design, The front splitter seems to be inspired by the Lamborghini Veneno, the headlights by the Acura NSX concept, the rear diffuser also by the Lamborghini Veneno, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. Next up, we have the Infernus Classic. As for its name, it's in the Sports Classic class, and it's a fast car. This car is in the top 10 of its class, and it's my favorite sports classic in the game. It's kinda confusing for me to choose between the Turismo Classic and the Infernus Classic, because I love both. This car has good top speed and decent handling, and if you want to buy it, it's available for $915,000 on the legendary Motorsport website. The Infernus Classic is a good-looking car, and its design draws inspiration from multiple iconic cars. The grille design is inspired by the Ferrari Testarossa. The side profile and overall body are heavily influenced by the Chisita Marauder V16T. The rear seems to be inspired by the Ferrari F50, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Diablo. In the next spot, we have the Pegasi Terrero. It's another classic sports car with excellent performance. It's also in the top 10 fastest cars in its class, and is slightly faster than the Infernus Classic. The top speed of this car is not impressive, but it has good handling, though it tends to oversteer a bit. It's also been removed from the website, and it was previously available on Legendary Motorsport for $998,000. As for its design, the headlights are inspired by the Ferrari F40. The side skirts by the Koenig Specials Countach Turbo, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Countach 5000 QV. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Pegasi Tesara. It's a supercar with average performance. Obviously, it does not have a good top speed because it's an EV, and its handling is also bad. However, if you want to buy it, it's available for $2,825,000 on the legendary Motorsport website. Design-wise, it has a unique futuristic look, and its front is heavily inspired by the Dodge SRT Tomahawk Vision GT. Rear is heavily inspired by the Aventador Super Veloce Roadster, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Terzo Millennio. Next up, we have the Terrero EXO. It's a supercar with excellent acceleration and top speed. Performance-wise, it ranks somewhere between the 15th and 20th spots in the supercar class, but in terms of top speed, it's in the top 5. However, if this car had better handling or maybe HSW upgrade, it could easily climb into the top 10 fastest cars in the game. If you're looking to buy it, it's available for $2,890,000 on the legendary Motorsport website. And this car is also one of the best looking cars in the game, and it has a cool pop-down headlights. And I think Terrero EXO is the only car with this feature. And as for its design, it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Countach LPI 800-4. In the next spot, we have the Pegasi Reaper. It's a sports classic car with rocket boosts, a front-mounted machine gun, and unlimited homing missiles. Performance-wise, it's also good, and it's the fastest sports classic in the game. The Toreador comes with armor, and it can take up to 5 homing missiles before it gets blown up. It's a submarine car, and you can also store it inside the Kosatka. If you want to buy it, it's available for $4,250,000 on the Warstock website. As for the design, it draws significant inspiration from the Lamborghini Espada. The rear is mostly inspired by the Lamborghini Urraco, and it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Marzal concept. Next up, we have the Pegasi Monroe. It's a sports classic car with good top speed. However, performance-wise, it's in the middle of its class. Handling this car can be a bit challenging because it understeers slightly. If you want to buy it, it's available on Legendary Motorsport for $490,000. As for the design, the front, especially the headlights and grille, is mostly inspired by the Ford GT40. The rear seems to take inspiration from the Chevy Corvette C3 Stingray, and overall, it's primarily based on the Lamborghini Miura. I think the Pegasi Reaper is also a good addition to this list because it's a mix of various Lamborghini models. It's a supercar, but performance-wise it's not that good, And if you want to buy it, it's available for $1,595,000 on the Legendary Motorsport website. And as for the design, its front is mostly inspired by the Lamborghini Estoque, rear diffuser by the Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera, and however it's primarily based on the W Motors Lycan Hypersport. The Pegasi Zoro is also a mix of various cars including some Lamborghinis. It's another supercar confirmed to be in GTA 6, and performance-wise it's in the middle of the superclass. This car has also been removed from the website and it used to be available for $1,925,000 on Legendary Motorsport. As for the design, its front is heavily inspired by the Huracan STO, the side profile by the Aventador SV, and the rear is mostly influenced by the Aventador SVJ. However, it's primarily based on the Ital-designed Zeruno Duerta. Additionally, a new car based on the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ has been confirmed for GTA 6. Let's talk about all the Lamborghinis we'd love to see in the future. Sports classics based on the Lamborghini Espada, 350 GT, and Diablo GTR. Supercars inspired by the Lamborghini Veneno, Huracan STO, Centenario, Gallardo Superleggera, Murcielago SV, and Lamborghini Revuelto. Off-road vehicles based on the Lamborghini LM002, Urus Performante, and Huracan Sterato. Sports cars based on the Lamborghini Asterion, Aventador SVJ Roadster, Estoque, Gallardo Spider, Reventon Roadster, and Lamborghini Aventador J. I've also put together a complete list of Ferrari cars available in GTA Online. I hope you'll enjoy this list as well. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment to support the channel, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. See you in the next one.